players, completing the Spiral Abyss is a must-do. Especially for F2P players, who are one of the sources of getting primogems, it is very required. Here I will share things that must be considered or general requirements for completing the Spiral Abyss. Of course, to complete the Spiral Abyss, you must have at least 2 teams that you have built. This is the main requirement, therefore you should focus on these characters. It is up to you what reactions you like: Team Freeze, Vaporize, Bloom, Hyperbloom, Aggravate, National. But I suggest that to make it easier, you should have Nahida and Raiden. This, of course, can be optional, meaning that it can be maximized to level 90 or level 80. Why? Because at level 80 passive skills will open up in each character, and it is good for maximizing the potential of the character. For weapons, if you can increase it to level 90 to maximize the options available in weapons such as base ATK and options such as energy or charge. Obviously, it will help especially for your DPS characters. Actually, for B5 characters without any constellation CO is already good and can be full stars, so there is no need to be a burden, although at C6. It will be very good performance, but I don't recommend it because it will consume a lot of primogen, especially for F2P players. It is not recommended. And for B4 characters, it depends on the character. Some are required to C6 and some are not, such as Furzen, Fiscal, Kuki, Xiangling, Haizo, and there are a few more. For these characters, if they are not C6, it will be difficult to maximize their damage or potential. And it will make you play try-hard based on my experience. Actually, it is still very usable, especially in backup, with good artifacts and your good playing skills. For DPS characters, in my opinion, it is mandatory to maximize the talent level of their special skills. For example, like Hudao and Iyaka, I am full crown right. If for support characters, I don't think maximizing is okay. But I give a minimum number of talent levels 166, specifically for supports such as Bennett, Kujo, Sarah, and others. Because the burst skill is very good, so it can be level 9 or even 10. To be honest, this is what always frustrates me looking for it. To get a suitable option is very difficult because of the random system and the limited resin, so you can't get many opportunities. For me personally, especially for DPS characters, I require a minimum crit rate of 70% crit damage to 100% plus. Of course, there are also some characters that require energy recharge, and I am looking for it almost half dead. But you don't need to worry because even with 60% to 150%, it can be full star and depends on the needs of the character itself. I took an example for the Hudao and Ayaka characters that I have. Of course, it will be different for every other character. Even for support characters, just utilizing the 4-set bonus is good and will be very helpful for your DPS characters. For example, like the Noblesse Oblige artifact, it will increase the ATK of all your characters after the artifact user uses Elemental Burst. I'm sure as time goes on and you try Spiral Abyss more and more, you'll realize how to be comfortable, how to switch characters and maximize reaction swirl. Set bonuses from Viridescent Gunner artifacts, from TTDS weapon passives, team composition, the mix of weapons used, and maybe there will be certain forge. that you have to do positioning or gather enemies together. You will learn a lot about it all. Good luck and hope it helps.
See you on the other side. Whoa.